Sometimes Sims 4 advertising is just downright silly, but there was a misstep from the team the other day when they advertised for a key feature in the lovestruck expansion pack because this feature in question is still broken. Now on one hand, of course, you can argue that Sims 4 packs have bugs and therefore you could argue they can't advertise anything, but what is the problem with this specifically is A, it is a core feature of the new lovestruck expansion pack, B, it has substantial bugs, not just little things here and there, and C, of course, it just draws further attention to it. Now, I will say, I will go over actually this advertising strategy at the end of this video. It's actually kind of fun. You get to take a quiz and find your match. And I think in another scenario, I actually would like it out of context. But right after when that tweet went up, Iron Seagull said the irony, and someone else said stop marketing features that are broken. Now again, I know some people say that everything is broken, but I will argue that Cupid's Corner still does have very substantial issues. And what I consider broken is when you can't use the core functionality of something. Now before I get into the issues that are still going on with Cupid's Corner app and why this wasn't probably the smartest way to promote the pack, I do have to give the team a little bit credit here because they did purportedly fix some issues. So with lovestruck recently, for example, just a few of them, they fixed social options missing on date events. They also fixed the error code 121, although some people are saying they didn't. And they also fixed game failed to load error code 123. Now you might ask, what are still some of the open issues and why was this a bad move? Now admittedly, a lot of these are outside of Cupid's Corner. We're going to start with Cupid's Corner. As you can see here, a lot of these are open and need saves, and that means you should be reporting this and upvoting it if you can, if you do own the expansion pack. So need saves, Cupid's Corner matches spawn with different age and gender on date. Gallery sim from Cupid's Corner have high-pitched voices. Match sims won't change after cast edit, and no gallery sims in Cupid's Corner still. So I would say these are still pretty substantial issues, especially since it's a small, concentrated feature. Look, I understand that packs are going to have bugs, I know that's controversial to say, but this is a core element of the expansion pack. Let's be honest, this expansion pack didn't come with tons of new features, and Cupid's Corner is a primary new feature, and therefore, when there are substantial issues with it, it is really a big problem. Now, don't get me wrong, every single time someone tweets something about Sims, it is going to be met with criticism on Twitter. I get it, it's Twitter. And of course, there's other issues still going on with the pack, like error code last exceptions with the matchmaking service, which is also another feature. Sims resetting when trying to do romantic interactions, again, pretty important. No moodlets for liking or disliking the romance skill activity. There's an issue with some of the objects. Going back here, there are Sims who have never been heartbroken, just dying of a broken heart adds a little bit of drama, I guess. And also, importantly, create a date UI menu is blank for some people. Some people are going to say something like, oh, Aaron, why would you ever hope that a pack would come out without bugs? And I'm not saying that, but I would argue there definitely is discrepancy amongst Sims 4 packs. Some packs ship out with more minor bugs and some ship out with more major bugs. That aside, I don't think this is the end of the world that they tweeted this out, but I do think it's a good discourse to talk about when we are advertising for a core feature of a pack that unfortunately is not as functional as we would hope it would be. Certainly, I will say the new bug team has put out more fixes more frequently, and a lot more fixes in general, I think, at a more rapid pace. The problem is they are playing catch up, and I've said this before, it's always difficult when you have already a backlog of bugs and then you're adding new content. As I've said many times, I think Sims 4 does have some good ideas. I actually do. I do not hate the game, but I do think it would benefit from slowing content down. With that aside, I am going to go ahead and show you this quiz because I do think it is fun. And yes, they did actually advertise this way back, but I think re-advertising it right now probably just isn't the best look. The first question asks, I'm attracted to young adults, and elders. And I don't know what The Sims considers as young adults. Leave it in a comment below if you're still watching. Now, after I selected adults, it says your priority is my family, my friends, and my career. Honestly, this is a challenging question for me. I do care a lot about my family, care about my friends. I do care about my career, but I don't think I would put that as my top priority because at the end of the day, careers can come and go and change, but family and friends are very important. This is a really close call for me, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put family. For your birthday, would you prefer a night out in an ultra-selective private club, a surprise costume party, or an intimate candlelit dinner? Okay, so real talk here, I don't want to go to a club whatsoever. I don't even drink, and honestly, going to an ultra-selective club is giving me major social anxiety. A surprise costume party? I guess that could be kind kind of fun, but I'm really kind of bad about surprises, so I guess I'm gonna go for the dinner. Where would you prefer your perfect first date to be? At the library, in a restaurant, or at the cemetery? I actually kind of appreciate the unique nature of at the cemetery. I wouldn't be totally opposed, actually. I am, though, definitely a book nerd. I'm also a writer, so I'm gonna have to pick the library, but I definitely would have an honorable mention to an indie bookstore, a coffee shop, and going to a museum, or just walking somewhere around town. But this is my option, so I will pick at the library. At the end of the first date, when the bill arrives, you run away. Of course, the meal's on me, or we are sharing. The only reason I'd run away is the other person is being really terrible to me, so I guess I will put we are sharing. You win a large and unexpected sum of money. What's your first reaction? Buying a swan throne, sharing with friends and family, or build a rocket and go to space? Okay, I gotta admit, I'm scared of heights, and I even went on a ride at Epcot, and honestly, it was supposed to simulate going up to space, and I was terrified. I felt like I was suffocating, so it would not be that. So I'm gonna have to share with friends and family. I know this is a boring answer. In general, you're more the one who talks with the Grim Reaper to save his sim, or the one who takes the ladder out of the pool. Is this in my real life, or is this in The Sims? Because in real life, yes, I would definitely hope someone survives. However, in The Sims, I'm definitely the one to stir up drama, and I would definitely take the ladder out of the pool. So I'm going to just go ahead and pick that one. Do you want to have children? No, yes, or I already have 6 hamsters. I know I live in a condo with my cat and my puppies coming here soon. So basically, I am a cat/dog mom. What's your biggest fear on a date? The person is rude, the person stands you up, or the person talks only about themselves. Honestly, my biggest fear would not be the person standing up, because I'd rather be stood up than actually deal with someone. The person being rude, or the person talking about themselves. I don't know how to respond to this one, because I feel like, technically speaking, if they only talk about themselves, they are rude. However, being rude could extend to other things, including being rude to waiters, etc., and I think that is a major red flag. On the plus side, if they're only talking about themselves, I don't have to talk, and I can just sit there like my introverted self. At a party, you're most often found talking about your last work of art, hosting the evening's karaoke, or networking. One wants to hear me sing. I am terrible, but I did used to have a karaoke machine. I had so much fun with it. Networking is honestly my nightmare and explains a lot of things about me. Yes, I'm talking about my last work of art. I will say though, I don't talk about my writing to other people just an everyday basis, and I get a little bit self-conscious, but I'm just gonna have to go with that option. And then it gives you your match, and unfortunately, I matched with Katrina Caliente. And this is kind of an unfortunate match in my opinion. I don't really think we would get along very well, but that's just my take. I actually think they're trying to sum me up with a nightmarish date, but you can let me know what you think in the comments below, and definitely take this quiz, because my critique aside that this is probably not a good time to advertise it, I did have fun with it. As always, please take care, and I'll see you in the next one.